This video is about she lost her purse and the heiress gave her a restaurant. If this story inspires you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. In the bustling streets of downtown San Francisco, a city defined by its relentless pace and vibrant energy, lived a woman named Clara. She was an ordinary woman, an elementary school teacher who loved her job and her students. With a gentle heart and an infectious smile, Clara was known for her kindness, often going the extra mile to bring joy into the lives of children. But at 35, Clara felt a weight on her shoulders that no one could see. Clara's life was filled with a series of challenges that had unfolded like a slow, relentless tide. After her mother passed away 2 years ago, Clara has struggled with the emotional void left behind. Her father had retreated into his own world, lost in grief. They shared a house, but it felt more like a shared burden, each of them battling their own demons while trying to support the other. Her finances were another source of concern. With student loans still hanging over her head and a modest teacher's salary, Clara often found herself living paycheck to paycheck. She had dreams of opening her own cafe, a cozy space filled with laughter and love, where families could gather and children could create art. But dreams felt distant, buried under the weight of practicality. One fateful Tuesday, Clara's day began like any other. She woke up early to make breakfast, the smell of pancakes filling the kitchen and slowly bringing her father out from the shadows of sleep. As they shared a meal, there was an awkward silence, laden with unspoken words. "Dad, how about we do something together this weekend? Maybe go to that new art exhibit?" Clara suggested, hopeful for a glimmer of connection. "Yes, maybe," he replied, his gaze lost in the distance. Clara forced a smile, but inside, her heart sank. Later that day, as she walked through the streets of San Francisco to her school, a flicker of hope ignited within her. She spotted a small storefront for rent, and her heart raced. The sign read, "Cafe space available." For a brief moment, she allowed herself to dream of painting the walls in bright colors, of laughter echoing in her own cafe. But reality quickly intervened. That evening, as she was heading home, Clara's purse slipped from her shoulder, unnoticed until it was too late. She realized it was missing when she reached into her bag for her keys. Panic set in as she retraced her steps, searching the sidewalks, peering into every shadow. Heart racing, Clara felt the familiar weight of despair creeping in. "Not today," she whispered to herself, wiping away tears. She had lost her wallet, her ID, her precious tokens of memories, including a photograph of her mother. It felt like losing her already fragile sense of self again. Just as she was about to give up, a voice interrupted her thoughts. "Excuse me." A tall woman with golden hair and an elegant air approached Clara. "Is this yours?" She held up Clara's purse, a curious smile on her face. "Well, yes, thank you so much." Clara exclaimed, relief flooding through her. "I thought I lost it for good." "No problem, I was just passing by when I saw it on the ground," the woman replied, her voice warm and genuine. "I am Isabel." "Clara," she introduced herself, still catching her breath. As they stood on the busy sidewalk, Clara's eyes drifted to the luxurious outfit Isabel wore. She could tell by the designer bag and polished nails that Isabel came from privilege, a world far removed from Clara's own. "Are you alright?" Isabel asked, concern etched on her face. "You look a bit shaken." "I am fine," Clara said, forcing a smile. "Just a rough day, you know." Isabel nodded, her eyes searching Clara's. "If you ever need someone to talk to, I am around," she offered with a kindness that caught Clara off guard. Clara thanked her again, feeling a mix of gratitude and embarrassment. She didn't want to burden a stranger with her troubles. They exchanged numbers before parting ways, and Clara felt an odd sense of warmth settle in her heart. Days turned into weeks, and as Clara's life continued its familiar rhythm, she found herself unexpectedly texting Isabel. They met for coffee, their conversations flowing like a gentle river. Clara was amazed by Isabel's down-to-earth nature, despite her glamorous lifestyle. Isabel listened, really listened, as Clara shared stories about her students, her dreams, and the weight of her responsibilities. "You have such a beautiful spirit, Clara," Isabel said one evening, after Clara shared her dream of opening a cafe. "You should pursue it." "It is just a dream," Clara replied, sorrow creeping into her voice. "I can't afford it, and I am not sure I have what it takes." "Don't say that," Isabel urged, leaning forward. "You are capable of so much more than you realize. You just need a little push." As the weeks passed, their friendship deepened. Clara felt more at ease with Isabel, and for the first time in a long time, she allowed herself to dream again. She began sketching plans for her calf, writing down ideas, and envisioning the life she wanted. One sunny afternoon, as they strolled through a park, Isabel turned to Clara with a spark of inspiration in her eyes. "I have an idea," she said. "How about I invest in your dream? We could partner on opening that calf." Clara froze, disbelief washing over her. "I couldn't possibly accept that. It's too much." "Why not? You've got the passion, and I can help with the resources. We could make it a beautiful space together," Isabel said earnestly. "I don't want to take advantage of your generosity," Clara replied, her heart racing. "Think of it as an investment in dreams," Isabel insisted, her voice unwavering. "This could be your chance, Clara. Don't let fear hold you back. You deserve this." Clara stood in shock, a heart pounding as she processed the weight of Isabel's offer. She had spent so long living in the shadows of her own insecurities that the idea of stepping into the light felt both exhilarating and terrifying. As days turned into nights, Clara wrestled with her thoughts. She confided in her father, who listened silently as she poured out her heart. When she finished, a flicker of pride crossed his face. "If anyone can do it, Clara, it's you. Don't hold back." With her father's words echoing in her mind, Clara finally made a decision. She would take a leap of faith. One evening, she met Isabel at a quaint cafe and took a deep breath, ready to embrace the uncertainty ahead. "Okay, I am in. Let us do this," Clara said, her voice trembling with excitement. Isabel's eyes sparkled with joy. "Really? You wouldn't regret it?" As they began plotting the cafe's future together, Clara felt a lightness in her heart she hadn't known in years. She was stepping into a world of possibilities, where hope intertwined with dreams. She realized that sometimes it takes the kindness of a stranger to ignite the flames of resilience within us. But little did Clara know, this was just the beginning. The journey would be filled with challenges, obstacles that tested their resolve, and moments that would bring them to their knees. Yet through it all, the beauty of the human spirit would rise, illuminating the path ahead with hope and inspiration. As Clara and Isabel plunged into the dream of creating the calf, the initial excitement wrapped around them like a warm blanket. They spent hours brainstorming names, designing menus, and sketching layouts, laughter echoing in every meeting. However, the reality of entrepreneurship would soon test their partnership and Clara's resolve. Their first challenge emerged when they began searching for a location. The ideal calf spot turned out to be a daunting array of choices, each with its own downsides. Some places were too small, others were too expensive. The search made Clara's heart sink at times. She would sit in calf, sipping her coffee, envisioning what her own space could look like, yet feeling increasingly discouraged. One afternoon, after viewing a particularly unsatisfactory location, Clara let her frustration spill over. "Isabel, what if we can find the right place? What if we were just wasting our time?" Isabel paused, studying Clara's downcast expression. "Clara, every great dream faces obstacles. It is how we navigate those challenges that define our journey. We will find the right space, I promise." But Clara couldn't shake the feeling of doubt. Later that night, she lay awake, staring at the ceiling, her mind racing. The memory of her mother's encouraging words echoed faintly in her mind. "Don't be afraid to chase what sets your heart on fire." But how could she ignite that fire if she couldn't even find a location? Days turned into weeks, and after an array of fruitless viewings, they finally stumbled upon an old building that had seen better days. The exterior was worn and peeling, but Clara felt a spark of potential flicker within her. "What do you think?" she asked, her voice tentative. Isabel surveyed the space. "It needs a lot of work, but I can envision it," she replied, her eyes brightening. "We could transform it together." Clara felt a mix of excitement and fear. What if it's too much? What if we can't handle the renovations? Every great story has a little hardship, right? Isabel smiled reassuringly. "Let us meet with the contractor and see what it takes to bring this place back to life." That meeting opened yet another can of worms. Clara and Isabel learned that the renovations could cost more than they originally anticipated. The contractor's estimate was staggering, and Clara's heart skipped a beat at the thought of how this could derail their dreams. "Isabel, we can afford this," Clara said, her voice trembling as she stared at the figures spread before them. "What if we can make it work?" Isabel placed a hand on Clara's shoulder, grounding her. "We've come this far, Clara. We will figure it out. Let us break down these costs and see where we can cut corners. We can still make it happen." That night, Clara returned home feeling heavy. She confided in her father, who listened silently as she shared the challenges they faced. I just don't want to let her down, Clara admitted, tears pooling in her eyes. What if I fail? Her father glanced at her, a softness in his gaze. Clara, you won't know until you try. You've always had the heart of a fighter. Remember how you helped your students believe in themselves. You can do that for yourself too. Encouraged by her father's words, Clara met with Isabel the next morning, determined to tackle the challenges head on. Let us create a budget and see what we can realistically do, she suggested, her resolve strengthening. The two of them pored over spreadsheets, brainstorming ways to cut costs. Clara took on the task of reaching out to local suppliers for lower-priced ingredients, while Isabel worked on securing sponsorships from local businesses. Together, they crafted an appealing pitch to potential partners, emphasizing their vision of community-driven warmth. As the days dragged on, their hard work began to pay off. They secured a partnership with a local bakery that agreed to provide pastries at a discount. Clara could already envision families indulging in freshly baked goods and sharing leftover steaming cups of coffee. But with each step forward came a new challenge. Just as they were preparing to sign the lease, Clara received an unexpected call from the bank. The manager informed her that her loan application had been denied due to her low credit score. Her heart sank as the words echoed in her mind: not enough security, too much risk. What am I going to do? She whispered, her voice barely a breath. Isabel, who had just walked into the coffee shop they frequented, rushed to Clara's side. What happened? I can't get funding for the calf, Clara replied, tears spilling over. This was my chance, and it feels like it is slipping away. Isabel took a breath, her brow furrowing. Okay, let us think this through. We can appeal the decision or find alternative funding sources. We want to let this be the end of our dream. Together, they brainstormed. They reached out to family and friends, hosting a small fundraiser at the park. Clara shared her story, her passion igniting a spark in others. The turnout was heartwarming, and she watched as people came to support her vision. Clara, you have this amazing ability to connect with people, Isabel said that evening, watching as Clara laughed and engaged with the crowd. They see your heart, and they want to be part of that. The fundraiser was a success, raising enough funds to help cover some of the renovation costs. Clara felt a renewed sense of hope, a spirit lifting as they dove headfirst back into the calf project. As the renovations began, Clara found herself swept up in the transformation of the space. Every brushstroke and nail felt like a step toward her dreams, and she poured her heart into the calf's design, wanting it to reflect warmth and family. But with every nail hammered, new challenges emerged. The timeline for renovations stretched longer than anticipated, and costs continued to rise. Tension brewed between Clara and Isabel as they navigated the stress of turning dreams into reality. Clara often felt herself teetering on the edge of doubt, questioning whether she had taken on too much. One evening, as they were putting the finishing touches on the calf, Clara snapped. We were never going to make it. Maybe this was a mistake, she exclaimed, frustration boiling over. Isabel met Clara's eyes, her expression calm despite the storm brewing around them. Clara, we're in this together. Yes, we've faced setbacks, but we can't give up now. You've come too far to turn back. Tears streamed down Clara's face as she took in Isabel's words. She felt a warmth in her chest at the reminder of their shared journey. I am sorry, she whispered, realizing her fears had clouded her vision. I just don't want to let you down. You could never do that, Isabel replied, pulling Clara into a tight embrace. You're stronger than you realize. Remember why we started this, for our community, for your dreams. That moment ignited a fire within Clara, reigniting her passion for the calf. She poured herself into the work, staying up late into the night to finalize menu items and decor ideas. She envisioned families gathering, children laughing, and hearts connecting over shared meals. With each passing day, Clara began to see the fruits of their labor manifest. The calf was taking shape, its walls brimming with color and life. It was becoming a reflection of her heart's desires, a cozy haven of warmth and joy. Finally, after months of hard work, the grand opening day arrived. Clara stood outside the calf, her heart racing as she glanced at the sign they had chosen together, Clara's Corner, where love is served daily. It felt surreal. She was about to fulfill a dream that once felt so far away. Isabel stood beside her, beaming. Look at what we've created, Clara, you did this. As they opened the doors, a wave of warmth flooded in. Families and friends began together, smiles lighting up their faces as they entered. Clara's heart swelled with gratitude, and she immediately felt the loving energy enveloping her. Welcome to Clara's Corner. Clara called out, her voice ringing with joy. The day unfolded beautifully, laughter echoing in every corner. Clara mingled with guests, serving her homemade pastries alongside Isabel, who skillfully crafted coffee drinks. Each moment felt like a celebration, a culmination of their hard work and resilience. As the sun began to set, Clara took a moment to step back, watching the joyous scene unfold. She felt a wave of happiness wash over her, a sense of fulfillment she hadn't experienced in years. The cafe was not just a business, it was a testament to her journey, her heart, and her unwavering spirit. Clara. Isabel interrupted her thoughts, excitement sparkling in her eyes. Look, we've got a line out the door. Clara laughed, her heart nearly bursting with joy. I can't believe this is real. Thank you for believing in me, for pushing me when I doubted myself. Always, Isabel said, wrapping her arm around Clara's shoulders as they both took in the vibrant atmosphere. This is just the beginning. And it was. As the cafe began to thrive, Clara found herself not just serving food and drinks but also creating a community. The connections blossomed, a beautiful tapestry of stories woven together in laughter and shared moments. Through the struggles and the triumphs, Clara had discovered resilience within herself she never knew existed. She learned that the human spirit could soar even through the harshest storms. Clara's corner wasn't just a cafe, it was a refuge for the weary and a celebration of love and community. Months passed, and with each day, Clara saw families bonding over shared meals, children giggling as they painted in the corner, and friends coming together over steaming cups of coffee. The cafe became a sanctuary for those who entered, a place where laughter warmed the air and kindness was served alongside every drink. One Saturday afternoon, the cafe buzzed with a vibrant energy. Clara, behind the counter, expertly crafted lattes and sprinkled cinnamon on top of steaming pastries. A familiar face appeared at the entrance, Mrs. Thompson, an elderly woman from the neighborhood, with a cane in one hand and a bright smile on her face. Clara, dear, your cafe is a miracle, Mrs. Thompson exclaimed, her voice crackling with delight. I've never seen so many children laughing in one place. Thank you, Mrs. Thompson, it makes my heart soar to hear that. Clara replied, a smile spreading across her face. She placed a fresh blueberry muffin on the counter. Your favorite, on the house. Oh, you spoil me, the elderly woman chuckled, her eyes twinkling with joy. But it's not just the muffins, it's the warmth of your spirit, dear. You're redoing something special here. As Clara watched Mrs. Thompson take her seat by the window, a sense of fulfillment washed over her. This was what she had dreamed of, a space where people could feel at home, a hub of connection and kindness. Yet, just as everything seemed to be flourishing, challenges loomed on the horizon. One evening, as Clara was preparing to close the cafe, she noticed the sales figures for the month. Her heart sank. They had been lower than expected, and with rising costs for ingredients and wages, Clara felt the familiar weight of worry creeping back into her mind. Isabel, can we chat for a moment? Clara called, her voice laced with anxiety. Of course, what is on your mind? Isabel replied, joining her at the counter, concern etched on her face. Clara hesitated, her fingers tracing the edges of a pastry box. I have been looking over our numbers, and, well, we're not doing as well as I hoped. I am worried we might not break even this month. Isabel sighed, her brow furrowing. I understand. These first months can be hit or miss. We knew it wouldn't be easy. Clara began, swallowing hard. I just feel like I am letting everyone down. This was supposed to be a place for families, for joy. What if it all falls apart? Clara, listen to me, Isabel said firmly, placing a reassuring hand on Clara's shoulder. You're not letting anyone down. You've created something beautiful here, and every business faces hurdles. We just need to think creatively about how to boost our sales. Clara looked into Isabel's eyes, seeking reassurance. What can we do? Her voice trembled, uncertainty swelling within her. Well, what if we host special events? We could organize open mic nights, art classes for kids, or even community potlucks. Isabel suggested, her eyes lighting up with excitement. A flicker of hope ignited in Clara's heart. That could work. I've always wanted to have a space for local artists. Exactly. Let's brainstorm a calendar of events and start promoting them, Isabel encouraged. We'll get the community involved, and I know people will come. As they worked together on the event calendar, Clara felt a renewed sense of purpose. She realized that although the obstacles were daunting, they could be overcome with resilience and creativity. That night, she went home, her heart swelling with determination. The next few weeks were a flurry of activity. Clara and Isabel poured their energy into marketing the event, reaching out to local artists and engaging the community. When the first open mic night arrived, Clara's heart raced with anticipation. Would anyone show up? As the sun set and the cafe door swung open, Clara's breath caught in her throat. A line snaked out the door. Families, friends, and curious neighbors gathered, filling Clara's corner with laughter and music. Clara couldn't believe her eyes as she watched the stage come alive with local talent. "Welcome to our first open mic night," Clara announced, her voice brimming with excitement. "Tonight is all about sharing our voices and celebrating our community." As the evening unfolded, Clara felt an overwhelming sense of joy. The cafe resonated with applause, laughter, and beautiful melodies that echoed through the atmosphere. Each performer shared stories of dreams, love, and resilience, reminding Clara why she had poured her heart into this venture. After the last performance, Clara took a moment to reflect on the incredible journey that had brought her here. She stepped outside, taking a deep breath as she watched the stars twinkling in the night sky. "Clara!" Isabel called, running outside to join her. "Did you see how many people came? It was amazing." "I did. I can't believe it," Clara replied, her heart brimming with gratitude. "It feels like a dream. I knew we could do it together. You have a gift for bringing people together," Isabel said, her expression warm. "This is just the beginning." As the weeks turned into months, Clara's corner blossomed into a vibrant community hub. The open mic nights became a regular fixture, drawing in larger crowds every time. Children flocked to the art classes, and families gathered for potlucks filled with laughter and shared meals. Clara felt the weight of her worries lifting, replaced by an unwavering belief in her vision. She had discovered an inner strength that propelled her forward, and with each challenge, she felt more equipped to tackle whatever came next. Yet, amidst the joy, Clara learned that not everything was smooth sailing. One chilly evening, she felt an unexpected pang of loss as she remembered her mother. She had always imagined sharing this cafe with her, seeking her guidance and wisdom. Sitting in the corner of her cafe, Clara clutched a cup of tea, tears pooling in her eyes. "I miss you, Mom," she whispered into the silence, her heart aching. Isabel noticed Clara's summer expression and approached gently. "Hey, what's wrong?" I wish my mom could see this. She would have loved it," Clara admitted, her voice trembling. Isabel knelt beside her, offering a comforting presence. "She can see it, Clara. She is with you in spirit, cheering you on every step of the way. You carry her love and lessons in everything you do." Clara wiped her tears and took a deep breath, feeling the warmth of Isabel's words wrap around her. "You were right. I just have to keep moving forward." As the seasons changed, Clara's corner continued to thrive. Clara found her voice, embracing her role as a leader within the community. She held storytelling nights for children, inviting guest authors and creating a love for books among the little ones. One evening, a young girl named Mia approached Clara with wide eyes. "Miss Clara, can I read my story at the next storytelling night?" she asked shyly. "Of course, Mia. I'd love to hear it," Clara replied, her heart swelling with pride. The weeks leading up to the event were filled with anticipation. When the night arrived, the cafe overflowed with families eager to support Mia. Clara sat in the front row, her heart racing with excitement as Mia took the stage, a little bundle of nerves and courage. As Mia read her story, Clara felt a sense of connection wash over the room, a reminder of the power of dreams and the importance of sharing our voices. By the end of the night, the audience erupted into applause, and Clara's heart swelled at the sight of Mia's beaming smile. "Thank you for believing in me, Miss Clara," Mia exclaimed, running to embrace her. "Thank you for sharing your story, Mia. You inspire me," Clara replied, her eyes glistening with emotion. Through these experiences, Clara learned that her cafe was more than just a place to sell food and drinks. It had become a vessel for connection, creativity, and healing. She witnessed the power of community and the profound impact of kindness, resilience, and love. As Clara continued to navigate her journey, she understood that challenges would always arise. But with every hurdle, she found strength within herself and the support of those around her. The cafe was not just a business, it was a testament to the beauty of the human spirit, a living embodiment of hope and resilience. On a beautiful spring day, Clara stood outside Clara's corner, the sun warming her face as she gazed at the familiar sign above the door. She had come so far from the woman who once felt lost, and now she was surrounded by a community that had embraced her dreams. As families gathered for a weekend brunch, Clara felt a deep sense of gratitude. She had created a space where love was served daily, and in the process, she had rediscovered herself. "Hey, Clara," Isabel called as she stepped outside, holding a fresh batch of pastries. "We be ready for another busy day." Clara smiled, her heart swelling with joy. "Let us make it unforgettable." As they opened the doors, Clara felt a surge of hope coursing through her veins. Life would always have its ups and downs, but she knew now that she was never alone. The days turned into weeks, and each moment at Clara's corner was a testament to the resilience she had cultivated. But as summer approached, Clara felt the familiar flutter of anxiety in her stomach. Business had been thriving, but every new month brought new uncertainties. "Are you ready for the summer rush?" Isabel asked one morning, her tone bright and cheery as she arranged fresh flowers on the cafe tables. "I hope so, but what if people stop coming? What if we can't keep it up?" Clara responded, her voice laced with apprehension, her hands anxiously dusting off the countertop. Isabel turned and placed a hand on Clara's shoulder. "Clara, you're worrying too much. This cafe is a beacon of hope for the community. We've built something beautiful together, and people love being a part of it." "I know, but I just can't shake this feeling," Clara sighed, her eyes drifting to the window where sunlight streamed in, illuminating the happy faces of families enjoying their meals. "Let us plan some summer events then," Isabel suggested, her enthusiasm infectious. "How about a weekly farmer's market right outside the cafe? We could partner with local vendors and make it a community celebration." Clara considered the idea, a flicker of excitement igniting within her. "That could work, but weekend market could bring in more foot traffic." "Yes, we'll have fresh produce, baked goods, and crafts. I can already picture people laughing, music playing, and families enjoying the sun," Isabel said, her eyes sparkling with possibility. "All right, let us do it," Clara affirmed, her heart racing with renewed determination. They spent the next few days reaching out to local farmers and artisans, creating a vibrant social media buzz, and designing promotional materials. The first weekend at the farmer's market arrived, and Clara stood outside the cafe, her heart pounding as she watched vendors set up their stalls. The aroma of fresh flowers and baked bread wafted through the air, and Clara couldn't help but smile at the sight of people laughing and chatting. "Clara, come check out my stand," called out Mrs. Thompson, who had set up a table filled with homemade jams and pickles. "Mrs. Thompson, everything looks amazing," Clara replied, her heart swelling with pride for the community that had come together. "I think this is going to be a huge hit." Hours later, the market was in full swing, families flocking to the cafe, enjoying the vibrant atmosphere. Clara moved through the crowd, greeting familiar faces, feeling the warmth of connection envelop her. "Clara," the young mother exclaimed, her baby in tow. "I love this place. It has become our favorite weekend spot." "Thank you. That means the world to me," Clara beamed, her heart fluttering. The cafe had become more than just a business. It was a gathering place that fostered relationships and joy. Just as her spirits were soaring, Clara noticed her father sitting at a table, a distant look in his eyes. He had come to support her, but he seemed lost in thought. Clara's heart ached. The weight of grief had not fully lifted from him, and she often felt helpless in the face of his pain. "Dad, do you want some coffee?" Clara approached, hoping to draw him out of his melancholy. He looked up, a faint smile breaking through. "Sure, Clara, I do love that." As she brewed him a cup of coffee, Clara reflected on how far they both had come since the cafe opened. "Dad, have you thought about joining one of our storytelling nights? I think it would be fun to have you share some of your memories," she asked, a voice hopeful. His eyes flickered with hesitation. "I don't know, Clara. I am not sure I could do that." "Why not? You have so many stories to tell. Everyone would love to hear about your adventures," Clara encouraged, a gentle nudge of motivation in her tone. After a moment of silence, he sighed. "Maybe. I'll think about it." "Please do. You're such an important part of this community, Dad. I want you to feel that again," Clara said softly, her heart aching for him to reconnect with the joys of life. As the summer wore on, the farmer's market thrived, drawing in more customers every week. Clara felt a sense of fulfillment washing over her, yet a nagging voice of doubt still lingered. One particularly busy weekend, while juggling orders and managing vendors, Clara found herself feeling overwhelmed. "Isabel, I can't keep up with all of this," Clara exclaimed, wiping her brow as she glanced at the long line of customers waiting for their orders. "Just breathe, Clara. You're doing amazing, remember. We're in this together," Isabel replied, her tone steady. "Let us prioritize the orders and get through this one step at a time." Clara nodded, taking a deep breath as she focused on the rhythm of the cafe. With Isabel's calming presence, they worked together seamlessly, and gradually the chaos began to settle. But later that evening, once the market had closed and the sun dipped below the horizon, Clara felt the exhaustion seep into her bones. "I can't do this," she murmured, leaning against the counter as Isabel began to clean up. "Hey," Isabel said softly, looking up from the dishes. What is going on? You look drained. I love this cafe and everything we've built, but sometimes it feels like I am drowning. What if I can keep it up? Clara admitted, her voice trembling. Isabel stepped closer, her eyes warm with understanding. Clara, you're human. It is okay to feel overwhelmed, but look at what you've already accomplished. You've created a place where people gather, laugh, and feel welcomed. That is no small feat. But what if the market crashes? What if I can't afford to keep the staff? What if Clara began, but Isabel interrupted her gently. Let us not go down that road. Instead, let us focus on what we can do. We can brainstorm new ideas, ways to engage our customers, and keep this community thriving. Clara took a deep breath, realizing Isabel was right. You're right, as always. I need to trust myself and the journey we're on, she replied, feeling the weight of doubt slowly lift. Exactly, we're a team. Remember, resilience comes from recognizing the challenges and pushing through them together, Isabel said with a smile. As they cleaned up together, Clara felt a renewed sense of hope blooming within her. She knew that challenges would always be part of her journey, but she was no longer afraid. The support of her community and the friendship she had forged with Isabel had given her the strength to persevere. As the summer continued, Clara began hosting themed nights at the cafe to keep things fresh and exciting. They organized a Taste of the World night, where they showcased dishes from various cultures, inviting local chefs to feature their specialties. One evening, as they prepared for the event, Clara felt a familiar pang of nervousness. What if no one shows up? She whispered, her hands fidgeting with the menu. Don't worry, this is a celebration of our community. People will come together to experience new flavors and connect. Just trust in the magic you've created, Isabel reassured her. As the doors opened, Clara felt a rush of excitement mixed with anxiety. The cafe quickly filled with eager patrons, their laughter and chatter filling the air. Clara moved through the crowd, engaging with guests, her heart swelling at the sight of everyone coming together to celebrate. Clara, this is incredible, the local chef exclaimed, presenting her with a beautifully plated dish. Your cafe is a hub of creativity and connection. I am so grateful to be a part of it. Thank you. I feel the same way. This wouldn't be possible without the support of everyone here, Clara replied, her spirits lifting as she realized the profound impact she was making. As the night wore on, Clara's heart overflowed with joy. She stood back, watching as families shared laughter over delicious meals, friends made new connections, and children painted together at the art station. In that moment, Clara knew she had created something truly special. But as the weeks rolled on, another challenge emerged. One morning, Clara woke to a text from Isabel. We need to talk. Can you come by the cafe? Her heart racing, Clara rushed to the cafe, wondering what could possibly be wrong. When she arrived, she found Isabel sitting at a table, her expression serious. Clara, Isabel began, taking a deep breath. I've been offered an incredible opportunity out of state, and I think I need to take it. Shock coursed through Clara. What do you mean? Are you leaving? I am afraid so. It is a position that could really advance my career, Isabel said, her voice filled with a mix of excitement and sorrow. But I wanted to know how much you mean to me and how proud I am of everything we've built together. Suddenly, Clara felt as if the ground beneath her was shifting. But what about the cafe? I can't do this without you, she admitted, panic rising in her chest. Isabel reached across the table, her eyes filled with compassion. You're stronger than you realize, Clara. You've built this community with love and resilience, and you can continue to grow it. You have to believe in yourself. Tears brimmed Clara's eyes,